Okay, so this is a short presentation on the application and the application process required to register for the general or the residential electrical certification exams. The application material is composed of three components. They are the application itself for the examination, a report from the Social Security Administration office, and the exact payment in check or money order. Those items are then placed in an envelope and sent to this address. The process is fairly simple. The application, along with the check, is sent to the certification unit, and the applicant will either be confirmed or denied to sit for the exam. If the applicant is confirmed to sit for the exam, then they will be sent a candidate information bulletin. And then you'll have 1 year to take and pass the exam. Though the application requires that the applicant call to set up their own test date and time. So they're given 1 year. Once they feel prepared and after training, the applicant will call the number from the candidate application or candidate information bulletin. There'll be a number to this business here, and they will call and set up their own test date and time. If they're denied, reasons for denial will be listed on their letter, and the applicant will be given some time to correct the errors and resubmit the application. So to find out everything about the certification process and the law behind certification and the application forms is obtained at this address, DIR, which stands for Department of Industrial Relations, cacalifornia.gov. So we're going to go there and explore that site briefly. It'll bring you to this website page, and if you go to labor law and then electrician certification, this page gives everything about the program, and it has all the forms and information that the candidate needs to register and to apply for the exam. So we're going to skip a lot of this information. You could look at it on your own time, the laws and the examination process, the laws behind the application and the certification. Employers can look into the status of the employee, whether they're certified or not, and so forth. And then it also talks about the electrician trainee and what that is. But you want to go to this area in certification forms and just click it, and this will give you access to the application itself. So this is the application, and then we will be talking about this form, which is the Social Security Administration form that you would take to obtain your employment history. So it's a couple-step process, but it's fairly easy and simple to follow. So let's first discuss the application. This is a picture of the application. This is the first page, and it basically has last name, first name, a mailing address, telephone, and email. What I would recommend that you do is print this out first and then fill it out. Fill it out clearly and legibly in black ink or blue ink. And since it doesn't clearly state the driver's license information here, what I would do is I would put CA for California, DL for driver's license, and then list your driver's license number up at the top heading here, and begin with your birth date, and then continue to fill out the form. Last name, first name, mailing address, telephone, an email address. Make sure everything is very, very clearly, because they will use both means to contact you. For most people, we select on-the-job experience to account for our hours in position in this in the electrician position. So I would check that and observe all 5 different examinations that the state offers. We want to concentrate on general electrician or residential electrician. So if you're applying for the residential electrician exam, then you would fill out this column, and you only need to be concerned with these spaces here where it says max and then a number. And what that is telling you is that you're going to put the hours that you have in that topic or under that heading and not exceed the numbers listed in each of the spaces. So for troubleshooting and maintenance, how many hours do you have totally accumulated in that area? You would put a maximum of 600 hours. And the same goes for the rest of the cells. Once you have those numbers filled out and completed, you add up those hours here and you list and you record it here, the maximum hours. So that number, this number here in this cell, should be 4,800 or above. The numbers in these cells should not exceed the numbers shown in gray. Continuing to the second page, you're going to check residential or ex-residential, and you want to take the exam in English. Once you have that completed, you sign it and date it, and it's that simple. Remember to include a check for the application fee, which is $75 plus $100. Include one check for $175 and make that check or money order payable to DIR, Electrician Certification Fund. So once you have the application completed, you are now ready to go to the Social Security Administration office and ask for an employment history. They have forms there that you could fill out, and they're very knowledgeable and aware of the certification exam, so you could ask them for the application and they will help you to complete it. But here's an example of the form that you would fill out. It's again very simple form. It's going to be $102 to complete this form and ask for the information. And they are circling a certified, non-certified detailed earnings information. And that's the report that you ask for. Name and social security number, date of birth, and this is the years that you want to have them supply for you. You just X this. It's an itemized statement of earnings. It's going to cost you $102, and fill out the years that you want the report to go back to. Sign it, put your address here. Don't mail this in, that's for their record, but they will give you a two-sided report of your employment history, including your salary, the dates that you've worked, and employer addresses and numbers. So that's very simple, and continue to fill out this information for them. That's just a sample. Once you have that completed, you're pretty much done with the process. You have your application, you have your employment history. Make sure everything is legible and signed. Legible and signed. Include your check for $175. One check is all that's necessary. And make it payable to DIR, Electrician Certification Fund. Send it to the address on the previous slide and allow 3 weeks to process. It's as simple as that.